Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
So this is, why is my ship moving? So this is very tiring. Very, very tiring. Once this is done, I need to go farm a little bit of Jaspet, and we'll be done. Let's see here. Grief. Such a pain. Alright, let's see here. Agents. Doubt I can see the quests. Of course not. Why would I be able to? I don't have that much time. Oh wait, I took a quest. Okay. Then let's check the journal. Bonus rewards. 4 hours, 59 minutes. I think I can handle that. Yep. All we need to do is go farm some frickin' Jaspet after this. And I'll be good. Just gonna go ahead and fill the ship up entirely. And then I'll head back. guess I should be looking for some higher ore. Let's see here. Are you fucking serious? I have a plagium class. What the hell, man? That seems a little ridiculous to me. Okay, well, now we have one. It's really annoying that I don't seem to be able to select multiples for this. Okay, anyway, let's see here. One, two, one. Okay.
Warp drive active.
I didn't tell it to do that. It's not freaking cool, man.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. drive active. Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
crap, so fucking laggy. Come on. Seriously, what the hell, man? Alright. Got the blueprint. Okay. So we shot up above requirements. No surprise. Alright. Oh, God knows. Let's see here. The rewards are pretty much nothing. We do get a Nereus, but I don't think it's worth a crap. I don't know. Let's see here. Capacity is garbage. But a lot higher than what I've got so far. Damage is good. Damage resistance pretty good. Shield pretty good. Armor HP pretty good. Ship's HP is pretty good. Wow. Long range. That's good. Velocity is shit. Warp speed is good. 450. Let's see here. Mine is, I don't think mine's. Oh my god, so many. Where the hell is it? I don't think mine's that much higher. 5. Yeah, dude, that's pretty good, man. This ship's got pretty decent warp. Oh, let's take a look at the other ones. Five. And this one. 3. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. Alright, so I mean, there's nothing else to do but to go get the Jaspit. That's all that's left. Friggin' Jaspit run, man.
Drive.
5 jumps. Oh joy. Nothing I love doing more. Jumping 5 times. So we've got 4 locations now. It's pretty freaking good. Kernite being 5 is really ridiculous. Honestly. But we got Pyroxerus within 2 jumps. Plagio class within 1. We've really set ourselves up pretty nice, man. We got a lot going on here. Got my warp out from the asteroid belt. And I need to freaking change the name of this shit too, honestly. But this was gonna be bigger than the other one. But you know what? I think, man, I think that I can. I think I can just go from every single one. and sailing to here, no matter which sand that I'm in. So, if that is the case, then I won't bother. I'll change the name of this to match every other one I've got. I need to test it, because then I can name it Sailing Undock Safe Warp and just be done with it, and then just have the different asteroid belts.
Warp drive active. 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 Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Well, that's lame. Oh, I got to see some nice parts on that frickin' Baron, though. Too bad I wasn't able to snag them. Oh, I can't believe it. I was right there, too, man. If I had just had a ship, I could have fucking snagged them and run. Ah, it's too bad. That is too bad. What is this? Why is this shit back up there, man? Yes, get the fuck out of here, tactical overlay. This is my view, my ass, man. I don't know what it's for, but it doesn't help me out. Just an annoyance in my fucking way. Oh, man. What the hell is this? I'm mad confused. Oh, never mind. Dude, change this fucking name on Discord. Alright, let's see here. I gotta get this damn ship.
Warp drive active.
Man. Okay, fine. I'll add you, damn. Is that fucking arm okay? Of course he would type it wrong somehow. Oh, I have to fucking figure out. Oh, I didn't know you could have spaces. Let's see.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, man, you blew my ass up pretty good.
Yeah.
I was doing all right. I was trying to stay away from that Baron, and
1 second. 1 second. Okay, I'm back.
yeah. So I'm just trying to farm some Jaspit for mining quest 10 here. I need a little bit more to create that 5th ship. So I've done a few Jaspit 4 runs, man. I try not to blow up the fucking enemy vessels and lower my faction rating with people, but man, I'm getting really tired of it.
Those rats, the ones that are red, especially Serpentis or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you
own a
can
lot
kill
of
those.
shit. They own a lot of fucking shit.
Basically, you kill them and they don't. You lose faction standing, but they're gonna shoot you anyways, no matter if you have faction standing or not.
Yeah, yeah.
The only way, basically, the only way you can, the only thing if you want to do missions for them, would be the only problem.
I just don't want to like
missions,
piss them off.
It doesn't matter because you get ISK from killing them.
I mean, do they get a notice when I kill their ships? And it's like, oh, hey, Zod the Destroyer was here mining, and he killed your shit.
It's an NPC.
Wait,
basically,
but isn't it an NPC for fucking Serpentis?
Serpentis is NPC.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Yeah,
I thought they were.
computer.
I thought they were fucking like a pirate faction or something. I didn't know they were AI.
Yeah, they're AI.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Yeah, there's a lot of AI in the game. Sanchez Nation, Serpentis, Mortal Legion, Blood Raiders. There's a bunch of them. Guristas.
Such a pain. I gotta get a fucking 5M in now. I don't remember which fucking 5M in I had. I haven't added that to my quick bar yet.
Okay, do you know anything about the trade hubs?
I don't know shit about pretty much anything, man. I know about, made a few undock warp spots. Made warp spots about 250 kilometers out of all of my mining spots. So I warp into all my mines like 250 out, so I can automatically pick which fucking asteroid I want and warp right to it and see what enemies are in there.
Yeah.
I've done a little bit of research, man, but I still got a long way to go.
Yeah. There's here I'm just linking you stations. These stations are Do Dixie, the second one I linked. It's one of the I don't want to say closer stations that you can pick up stuff for relatively cheap. It's sometimes not the cheapest, but it's like relatively cheap. Most of the time, it's cheapest in the area.
Damn it.
Plus, it's 4 jumps away.
This motherfucker wants 102,000 to replace my fucking warp drive. That's super fucking lame.
Yeah, I gave you 5 million ISK.
Yeah, I noticed.
What is your ship?
I had no idea how much the venture was gonna be, so I was like, oh my god, how much is that damn venture gonna be? Yeah, I've stripped my fucking ships when I go farm Jaspit, man. I just take everything off of them because I've already been insta raped, and I know that just sometimes I'm gonna get insta raped, so I don't bring my drones with me unless I know that I'm just gonna be fighting some AIs real quick.
Low security space is really difficult for a new player to get into within like the first week.
I don't think it's that bad. It's just without knowing how to do shit like scan areas, scan wormholes, scan this, scan that. I mean, if you didn't know about creating safe warps and all that shit, it would be a fucking nightmare. And about the only thing I know how to do so far is just create fucking warp safe warps.
I sometimes don't even do that. You can use D-scan to see if anyone's there. Basically, I was telling you about D-scan or whatever. You know, to the left of your capacitor, there's a bunch of like scanners and other stuff. If you open that up, or
I have it open. I even have the zoom in and shit out there.
You know how you have like the map or whatever? I usually just there's a thing that you can unpin it from the map.
Unpin it from the map.
Okay.
I see scanners. Access scanners and probes.
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
Yeah.
Directional scanner. A lot of people use directional scanners.
Yes, D-scan. Yeah. Probe scanner. I keep it up on the screen always because it tells me if there's any sites in the area, like if sites to do PVE.
Yeah, but don't you need equips on your ship to use that stuff? I mean, somebody that's like using a Corvette,
sometimes not,
or a standard Venture isn't gonna really be able to see
stuff
anything.
Like the green sites. Those green sites, you don't need what's called you don't need probes for them to scan it down.
Basically, what I wanted to know now.
Sorry, 1 second. My mic's acting up.
It sounds fine over here.
Okay,
Oh my
sorry.
god! I lost my fucking particle bores too, motherfucker! I didn't even think about that. Oh, and I lost my medium mid-socket shielding too. You just fucking raped my shields. Ah.
Yeah. My ship was. I built my ship to take on small to medium threats.
Damn it. Why is this not fucking?
If you go to Do Dixie, which is the closest one to where we are, you can get stuff pretty cheap there.
Was it like the black market?
It's, as I was saying earlier, they're trade hubs. That's where a lot of players conjugate, and basically, they usually like sell their. It was basically because they had what's called 1 sec. Okay. As I was saying, basically, there's the trade hubs. Basically, traditionally, there's a lot of usually missions, the agents there, and so people have just sort of been there a lot, and they just sell their stuff there.
Somebody said
it's easy.
Somebody said to go to Jita. I keep hearing that word, but I don't know where the fuck it is.
I linked the station in chat.
Oh, you linked me Jita?
Yeah, that's the cheapest place. You could save that, put in a note or something.
Jita 4, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, let me save it and see how far away, how many jumps is that from here?
From where you died, it's about I want to say 12 jumps.
Holy fucking shit.
The Do Dixie is like 4. It's like for some stuff, it depends on what you're buying. Jita is usually cheaper, but there's times where there's also other trade hubs, like Amar, Heck, Renz, and those are the main ones. But Do Dixie's the closest one to here, and Jita is, how do you say, closest is usually the cheapest overall.
You've been
It's
playing.
gonna be.
You've been playing for years, right?
Yeah. You can look at my character.
Do you know of a build for like a mid tank, kind of small, not super small, but like a mid size ship, decent shields, decent HP that can use a cannon with a range of like 37 to 45 km and just PVE clear, really easy for quick going to mines. You just grab your ship. I mean, I thought that would be a really troll fucking ship, man. You just go find the mine that you want to mine at, and then you go grab your fucking your little PVE ship with like a 700 plus millimeter cannon shooting at like 35 km. The fucking AI won't even be able to hit you at all. That's what I kind of wanted to set up.
It depends on what you do. Do you want missiles? Do you want? Okay, there's four types of weapons.
I mean,
five technically.
Can
Well, six,
anything
but-
other than a fucking pretty much a rail cannon even hit past 37 km? I know there are weapons that
Okay.
go up to what, like 300? 300 is the max or something?
300 is the max.
Yeah.
It depends. Basically, it depends on your ship, the bonuses, your skills, and all that fun jazz. Basically, it depends on what you're doing. There's, as I was saying, there's five. I want to say, well, there's 6 types of weapons mainly. One of them's precursor weapons, which those are for the new Triglavian ships, which it's for a new player. I advise not getting them because they cost a lot of money and they die without skills and knowledge of how to play the game.
How do I link you items
they'll die.
and shit?
What?
I said, how do I link you items? Like, you linked me shit in chat. How the fuck do I link you items?
Do you go? Usually it's drag it down to the chat and just enter. It depends on what you're doing. Are you trying to drag a fitting?
Okay, so this is what I've already bought. I bought 2,500 of both of these, and 2 of those cannons. And I think that is super fucking rape for a new player. I mean, you got a lot of kinetic, you got 20 explosive, and you got 20 burn. And the shield and armor penetration is just fucking massive. Am I wrong?
Okay. For all your ships in Eve, there's a lot of different things you have to consider. One is, what type of tank you want on your ship. There's the 3 different types: the shield, the armor, and the hull tank. Each one has their different bonuses.
I thought about using EM shot, but I said to myself, no, this seems like a game where the ships would probably have the most EM resistance, and people will probably be building everything against EM, because I was going to go with the EM shot.
EM's actually, depends on what you're doing. EM's actually pretty good, but I believe, for ratting in this area, phase plasma is the best in this area.
Yeah, I'm planning
the
on
AI,
using 2 425 MMs with a combination of both of those at the same time.
It depends. Okay, the AI in the different regions of space, people call them rats. I don't even know. I don't even know why they call them rats, but they call them rats. The AIs. Basically, each one has different resists. You could look it up, or if you click on something and you see your selected item thing, you click on them, and you click on show info. It'll tell you sort of what their resists are,
Yeah.
what type of damage they do.
It could
Um,
take a while to memorize what is what. But I mean, dude, just looking at those fucking weapons, they are the best of the best for what they are. And the only thing I don't like is the negative 50% range, and I don't even really fully understand what the fuck they're saying by that. But I mean, both of them have it. So, and about the only really good thing you can get is 20% tracking. So, and I mean, it's decent, but
yeah, there's a lot of things. I was saying about the tanks or different types of tanks. There's the active tanks, the passive tanks. The passive tanks, you just fit a bunch of buffer in there, and you basically hope that you kill the person before he kills you. There's active tanks of where you have less armor, but you repair yourself. So
yeah,
like armor repairs and stuff like that. There's also guns, what type of weapons you want. There's precursor weapons, which you're probably not going to want. There's the drones. I suggest you get drones, drone skills up. For a lot of PvE, drones are probably the best option for the most part. Not always.
I trained
drones,
enough to get my hobgoblins working, but that's as far as I've gotten so far.
drones are pretty good for PvE, but not always. There's situations where they're not, and then there's projectile weapons, hybrid weapons, and lasers and missiles. It depends on what ship you're flying. Also, you know how there's the 4 races: Gelente, Caldari, Amar, and Mimitar.
Yeah.
Each ship has a different bonus to has different bonuses to them. If you click on info on the ship, and you look at the traits, they'll tell you what bonuses they have. And if you look at the fit, I believe it's fitting, it'll tell you if you could put missiles or turrets. You need a missile hard point to put in missiles. You need a turret hard point to put in the rest.
So far, I've only seen ships with turret and launcher hard points.
Yeah,
And it's been a while since I've been out of the venture, so I've only really seen mining and shit for the traits. I haven't really. I mean, I just dropped 1.4 million on a transport today, so that I could finish up Quest 9 or whatever.
Yeah.
What is up with the fucking freighters or whatever with the transport assistance maintenance shit, whatever? You can keep your ships uncompressed while you travel or some shit. I don't know.
Are you talking about maintenance bays or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about transport ships?
Yeah.
Like
What's the difference? Because I just bought one with a capacity of 5,000, and I was assuming that the fucking ship was gonna come with it.
What do you mean?
It sounded like every single literal transport ship was gonna have it. Where is it?
It all depends. Probably transport ships. For a new player, Gelente transport ships are probably the best.
I went with the Iteron Mark V. It was really the only one that broke past 2,700, and it was trying to say that the fucking ship that I needed to transport was like 5,000. So.
Okay. The Gelente ships are probably best. The one thing you have to watch out for is people suicide ganking you in high spec.
What do you mean suicide?
Basically, there's this entity called Concord.
Yeah.
There's you know about different areas of space.
I'm assuming that they're just fucking federal AIs in the area. So what? I mean, I don't really assume if I get attacked that they're actually gonna come to my fucking defense or anything, though.
They are. Well, your ship may die, but the other guy's ship is guaranteed to die.
What is the point of doing that? Just to be an ass?
Basically, People, it depends. Sometimes it's just to be an ass, stuff like that. But sometimes, if you're carrying sometimes they just kill the transport ships because sometimes people put like billions of dollars worth of stuff in there, and they could kill it with like a 2 million ish ship,
Yeah.
but they can make like a few billion. Because sometimes they get lucky.
Hey, you want to come clear these assholes out of here?
Where?
Why are they back? I thought if you
Uh,
cleared these fuckers out, they were gone for the day or something.
No, they respawn every like 20 minutes, and they randomly go around the belts, the asteroid belts.
I'm in Salem 2, Belt 1. So that's where I put my safe warp at. I was gonna make some for some other systems around here, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
You
Yeah,
see how Salen has it says point 0.4?
point 4. You mean the danger rating? Basically
Yes.
saying it's low sec.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I have to. I have to
Everything,
go get this fucking
everything
shit.
from 1.0 to 0.5 is high security space. Everything from 0.4 to 0.1 is low security space.
Everything,
And everything,
0, 0 and under is
everything,
null sec.
yes.
Yeah.
There's also wormholes and yeah. Basically, high security space. If someone attacks you there, okay, as long as you don't have a criminal timer. If you have a criminal timer, all bets are off. Anyone could attack you.
I always get a criminal timer, no matter what. If they attack me, I get a fucking criminal timer.
Oh, that's not criminal timer. A criminal timer.
Is if I break a truce by attacking somebody that we're like allied with or some shit.
No, it's basically in this game you can attack anyone you want. But okay, there's a suspect timer. In low security space, if you attack a person, unlawfully or whatever, like I did, you get a criminal timer. If you kill their pod, you probably haven't
You
done
can
pod
kill the
yet.
fucking pods too.
Yeah, you can kill the pod. It basically forces you back to wherever you put your home station. You can change your home station,
Damn.
but basically, if you have like all your stuff at one station, and you want to like have that as your home station, you could. Some of the times, it depends if there's a clone bay.
Yeah. I just did
Um,
mine. I just did mine at Calster 2, man, because that's where the fucking agency is. So, I
Yeah.
mean, once I finish
You
my
ma-
fucking agent quests, I'll probably go to Salem, and then once I'm high enough to farm Arconor, I'll probably switch to Arconor bases, make my home station there.
Yeah. Basically, um, you can change your home station. But usually you do that when you move somewhere. It all depends on whatever. Basically, if you have a timer, like you attack someone unlawfully, if you attack someone unlawfully in high security space, Concord will come, and it's a timer. There's a certain amount of time that Concord will come to your help. So the higher security space, like 1.0, it's almost immediately. But for like 0.5 security space,
Yeah, they're
it
just
takes
like,
a really long time.
yeah, they're just like, there's nothing we can do.
They'll come. The guy will lose their ship, unless you have a timer. Either you shot back at them and you have a limited engagement timer, or you have a what's called combat time, suspect timer or criminal timer. A criminal timer is when you either pause someone in low security space or attack someone in high security space unlawfully. Basically, when you do that, anyone can attack you without Concord coming. But Concord, it guarantees that in as long as you don't have a timer, Concord guarantees that person's ship will die no matter what. If it's a actual player,
Nice.
an actual player will have like an actual name. Unlike Serpentis, some Serpentis name or whatever the AI ship name. Basically, they will basically in high scary space. You're not safe, but you the guy who kills you will die.
Huh.
If they do get around it somehow, uh, um, uh, the one thing is you have to watch out for timers. Can't stress it enough. Basically, you know how also see the wreck how it's yellow or something.
Yellow wreck, huh?
You see the wreck in your overview,
I see it.
and you see how it's yellow.
Not yellow on my screen.
Okay. Sometimes wrecks are yellow. For the rat. Um, the wreck for the rat is probably yellow. I'm not sure, but basically, if someone else kills the rat and you take the loot from it, we go suspect.
Oh, okay.
Unless you kill it yourself, or you're in a fleet and that person, someone in your fleet kills it, you can take it.
Fuck.
But if you steal it, you get a criminal timer.
Yeah, I guess I would have got a
Spec
criminal timer then.
If you had a criminal timer, and you go into high scary space, you're gonna lose your ship to Concord.
Oh, wow.
Just watch it. Basically, don't pot anyone in low sec unless you can dock up somewhere and weigh out your timer. The timer's 15 minutes.
You mind coming out to this asteroid belt? They are not being fucking nice, and the Baron is a new addition out here today for some reason, and I can't fuck with that.
1 second. Let me change my ship. Just warp out to your safe or something, and
Yeah, I did. They've already got me a fourth into my fucking armor. Little bastards. I don't know. I keep trying to fucking warp around them and past them and then fucking manually move to a far off spot, and they just keep fucking coming at me no matter what I do.
I am.
I don't know. I thought about coming out here with those 425s, but I
Also,
feel like I
one
need
thing
a
you have
ship
to watch
for that.
out for is, you need a ship to actually put them on. You know how there's power grid or CPU.
Yeah.
Each weapon uses power grid and CPU, so you want it so that you can't go over your CPU or power grid allotment.
Yeah. You definitely don't want to fuck your capacitor so you can't warp drive either.
Well, you can't even undock. It won't allow you to undock. Just trying to find a ship that.
If you know of any fucking I can buy any ship of any faction, can't I?
Yes, you can. You can. Depends on your. Depends on what skills you have. You can fly anything. Are you an alpha or omega?
Alpha.
Okay. You can only go up to battleship, and you can't do T2 as an alpha. That's fine. Basically, it depends on. You said belt 2.
Belt 1.
Belt
Sailing,
1 and
Sailing
Sailing
2, Asteroid Belt 1.
Okay. I'm trying to bring a ship that's not overkill. Well,
Okay, that didn't work.
here I'm killing it.
Oh, you're already here?
I'm on my way
Oh.
because
It's too bad
don't-
armor doesn't regen. But I did, I got portal camped, and was an inch from fucking dying and losing 1,000,000 Jaspit. Oh, which would have robbed me out of buying my ship earlier. And I finally checked the repair prices, and they're actually cheap. They're really cheap. So
If you go to if there's a free port, basically a
yeah, I don't know how to find any of that shit though. And I mean, like, does anybody really
You
want
can
to
see 'em
fucking
on the
go out
overview.
of their way?
Basically, not all systems have free ports. Some of these systems are only owned by, how do you say, corporations that have it for only like their members.
Yeah.
It might be best just to warp back to the asteroid belt. 'Cause they're just gonna follow you, and I'm gonna be chasing them, chasing you.
Oh, I'm camping out 150 km away. I'll warp back to my safe spot. Thought I might fucking die before I got there, because they just raped my fucking shield.
Well, it's one of them's a battleship. It could be a lot worse. You could have had a Mordu spawn on you, or a clone soldier. For low security space, there's these things called clone soldiers, and Mordu Legion, either frigates, cruisers, or battleships, and those things rape you. Basically, if you kill 'em, like if you kill a Mordu Legion battleship, you get you can get something that's worth 750 mil.
Huh. Wow.
The problem is it's really hard to kill, and most of the time, unless you have a really expensive blinged out ship that can take them.
I mean, isn't the point of fighting PvE to just go with fucking long range weapons and long range
not
lock
always.
on fucking systems?
Sometimes, sometimes not.
I mean, obviously, if you're fighting a bunch of tiny, fast fighters, then obviously, yeah. But I mean, shit, dude, you could have a weapon that's so fucking powerful. Like I could be sitting here at 159 km. They're hardly even moving, man, because they don't know that I'm even fucking here. If I had a fucking 230 or 1,000 damage weapon, I could just one fucking shot from here, and bam, they're fucking dead. That's the kind of shit that I want to get.
Long range weapons usually don't do as much. I want to say damage. They do
Are you
as
here?
close range. What?
I see them firing at something. Is that you?
That's me. Do you not have me on the overview?
I don't know. It's too fucking far away. I'm warping in. I want to watch this. Nope, looks like one of them just died.
Yeah. Do you seriously? Do you not have me on the overview? I'm the Vexer.
Let me switch back to General. Serpentis Protector Rat. Alright, I see you. A little Pinta House icon. Fuck are you?
Yeah.
I see you over there now.
I'm the Vexer. Basically. Let's see.
I'd help, but I have no weapons. Oh, you got drones out there? Nice.
I have drones. I'm only using drones.
Oh. Dead.
You don't technically you don't need guns. Drones are sometimes really good for PvE.
Yeah.
But sometimes the rats go after your drones.
Yeah.
Exclusively.
Well, I was watching a solo video, and this guy was just talking about waiting for the first volley to try to, like, trick them into targeting you and then releasing the drones. Take your loot. What we got here?
You see how the Rex turned blue?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I see that.
Basically that means I abandoned them, so those are safe to take. If they're blue, they're safe to take.
How do I do? All right, seriously, how the fuck do I quickly get to something like this? Like, I'm trying to get up on this wreck to fucking see what's in it and salvage it, right? But it's always a pain. I always overshoot, or there's always some fucking kind of issue. How the fuck do you get around that crap, man?
Do you have a Afterburner micro warp drive?
I have a 5MN micro warp drive.
Try to time it is so that you don't so it turns off beforehand and you slow down.
Yeah.
That's the best thing you could do.
It's just the pain.
Yeah,
I mean, because the range is so fucking small, man. Sometimes it's in like the 5MN, and like to open a loot is like what, fucking within three MN. So it's like fuck, man.
For what? Sorry, my mic cut out or
It's like within like 3M to fucking loot something. So it's like almost impossible. You gotta be like really used to it. Like I just overshot this Baron.
You need to be 2,500 away from it.
I just overshot this Baron by fucking 8.
Oh, do you see how like there's stuff just like the triangle? That means it's empty. If it has like the center portion, that means there's stuff in there.
I see a box and like a triangle to the left, right, and under it.
Yeah, that means there's like the box where that means there's stuff in there. If it's just an empty triangle, that means there's nothing in there. That's already been looted or nothing dropped.
I don't know about that. All 3 of them didn't have shit when I went to them.
Well, 2 of them have stuff there. I took stuff from the Baron. I usually don't take anything from there unless it's either real expensive loot, relatively I usually don't take the loot always. I sometimes do, because some of the stuff that I do, it's not worth my time going to each wreck for me, because some of the times I can make some of the loot I get either from nothing to a billion-esque.
Wow.
So it depends. If it's like, if I'm gonna get like 100 ISK, or if I like the small frigates, I don't go for them all. That's when I'm ratting like non-stop, really back to back to back. I don't go for the frigates usually, unless it's a Morty Legion. Oh yeah, but yeah, as I said earlier, watch out for clone soldiers.
Active.
I don't see, like, I don't know, and there's so many fucking, I mean, dude, you switch systems, and then you've got a different factions where the troops with different names, and it's like, oh, well, which ones are the deadly ones, you know?
Yeah, all of them, everything that's okay. If it's blue, don't shoot it most of the time. Most of the time.
You mean most of the time?
Okay. If it's red, okay. Damn it, that doesn't work. Okay, if they shoot at you, you could shoot back. Or just try to warp away or something. Some of these rats, will, warp scramble you or warp disrupt you.
Yeah.
Basically, that means they'll make sure that you can't get away.
By the way, speaking of that, I hear the Venture has what, 3? It's 3 is something like 2 warp scrambler defense systems and 1 something. Is there a way to put more of that shit in your high, mid, and low slots? Because that's
only low.
Okay. Can you link
really
me?
Worth it. It's not really worth it for Venture. Because a Venture already has 3. That means it has to have a at least a warp scrambler, 2 warp scramblers to stop you from getting away.
And there's no way to add to that?
There is to add 1 extra. So you need at least 2 warp scramblers, and a warp disruptor.
I mean, if I'm gonna be in a fucking mining ship, I just want defensive shit. And now, I mean, yeah, I could put like a shield increase, which I had, but I don't have anymore.
Basically, here, it's called a warp core stabilizer. People just call them warp core stabs usually. There's different variations of this, but this is it. The thing is, it does reduce your maximum targeting range, and also reduces your scan resolution. That means it takes you longer to lock up targets, like locking up rocks, locking up rats, other stuff. It also also decreases the range that you can target stuff by 50%,
Yeah.
which is sort of a lot.
Yeah, I'm
So-
as far as a rat clearing ship, I want something that does the opposite. I'm looking for parts that increase the range by literally as much as I can fucking get.
A really good ship. It depends on what race you want to go towards. Because Caldari usually have shields and missiles, but they sometimes have hybrid guns. Amar usually has lasers and sometimes missiles, and they're usually armor tanked. Minotaurs are usually shield tanked, and usually have either projectile weapons or sometimes missiles. Gelente ships usually have hybrid guns and
I mean, let's be
Yeah,
real.
missiles.
Missiles and rail cannons are the coolest weapons in the game.
Yeah.
I don't know what super weapons do.
Oh, you
Nobody's
don't need a
selling
super. You don't really need to think about it. Now, the only time you're gonna see them is in low security space or nullsec, in technically doing a wormhole, but that you can't use it on a ship. You have to use it on a station. It's a long story. Basically, those are only for super capital ships called Titans. And those things can either insta kill a capital ship or do something special or delete a whole sub capital fleet.
So they're basically the Death Star.
Essentially. You can't really see them too much other than nullsec, but then there's some low sec groups out there, like Shadow Cartel or Snuffed Out. They'll have Titans in low security space. And when you're fighting in a small subcapital, you can't do anything against them really. Especially when you have 23 of them balled up right on top of you. Which I've had to fight them, and they suck to fight against.
Yeah.
Eve has a lot of politics sometimes.
I kind of just want to stay out of that. Right now, I'm just focused on doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Would like to. I mean, I don't really want to do it, but I mean, I would consider joining an alliance that had safe mining for Arconor and Mercozit, and of course Mercozit's rare form.
That can only be found in nullsec usually,
Yeah.
or wormholes. You can actually mine it in high sec, but only on
Moons.
moons.
Yeah, somebody just sent me a message like 20 minutes ago saying that they had rare ore in high sec because of moons. Guess it was true.
Technically, yeah.
I caught a glimpse of moon farming in a video that I watched. I didn't fucking understand it, and I have no idea what you need to buy or research to do it. So that's kind of my annoyance with this game right now is I know what I want to do. I have a game plan. I had a game plan coming in, but no fucking idea how to execute it all. And like, okay, so you got the agency and you have the resource harvesting menu. Dude, that was so fucking simple, man. Somebody could have just told me that in 5 seconds. I spent way too much time, man, watching videos, asking Google, asking people in game. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. So, I mean, some parts of this game literally tell you and help you out a lot, which is why I'm even here. Thanks to that menu, I found Jaspet finally, and was able to set destinations and get my way here, because obviously I have no idea where the fuck I am or where goes the where. So if it weren't for that, I wouldn't even be here right now.
Yeah. Let's just say, yeah, Jaspet's probably the best in the asteroid belts.
Well, it's
but
got
you
5
do
things it goes into.
if you have moon stations, you can make literally billions. I made my first 2 billion-esque moon mining.
I wanted to come in and farm Arconor because, well, the website I was looking at, which I deleted all that shit now that I've seen how fucking easy it is to check in game. But the website was saying that it was for the right version, 200,000 ISK a piece. So it didn't have. It was like 7 down the list on processed value, but for raw value, it was like 200,000 for that one version of Arconor. So that's what I was hoping to jump into the game and start farming.
Yeah. That's actually okay. Arcanor, unless you have a moon station, you can do that in high security space, or low security space, only if you have a station, a moon mining station. If you don't, you're gonna have to go to nullsec.
I mean, I have to have a special ship to transport it to the moon, and
Not really.
no.
Yes and no.
Can people fucking attack my shit? I mean, that's what I'm just sitting there thinking.
In high security space?
Well, anywhere. I'm just thinking, okay, I'm watching this dude, do his. It was a video about solo play and his routine and shit, and he's got like 3 moons and like fucking 9. I don't even know what you call them, but he's got like 9 bubbles pointing out in all different directions on all of his moons, and he's talking about like he just lets them sit there and comes back once a month to sell his shit. And I'm just thinking, okay, how is this guy not getting attacked?
It all depends on security of the space. If it's high sec, there are these groups like Code. There's this group called Code. Will kill any miner they come across. They aren't too active in this area. They are, but not too much. They won't go after ventures, but the mining barges and the exhumers they'll go after.
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to switch to the 20,000 capacity version.
Retriever, you mean?
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, dude, this one is definitely got all the fucking niceties to it, but 20,000. I mean, I probably would use the Venture for doing shit like this, but like if I was going in high sec, farming parts to build a ship or a blueprint or ammo or whatever the fuck else, I mean, the Venture's not really great for going and farming low quality ore to get all those little minerals and shit.
Yeah. Let's see. My group does own a few moons, and we do have Arcanor and other stuff. I have not been able to mine in a while. I've been doing more PvP and PvE.
I'd like to do whatever the fuck gets me money, man. The fastest.
Active.
You want to
I
make money? Okay.
I was just starting with mining because I figured, dude, I'm gonna need
You-
this shit, and why the fuck would I pay somebody for it when I can go mine it my damn self? And it
Yeah,
seemed
I
like
know.
a good way to make
Most
early game money.
most most people start off that way because it's easy. It's easy. Okay, it's less risky than PVE for like a really new character, and you can
Where the hell do you go for
uh,
PvE in the first place?
for what? Sorry,
Where the hell do you go for PvE in the first place?
PVE.
Yeah,
You remember how I was telling you about the probe scan or whatever?
yeah.
Okay, there's multiple ways, but you saw how there's the red sites that you have to scan down.
I've seen it done, but I don't understand anything about it. It's like watching
You
gibberish.
you warp to the site. It basically you could left. There's a button that says warp to it or wherever. You just look on the right side of the scanner. You could warp to the site. Everything there. Sometimes. Okay, 1 second.
Are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me that I can fucking scan space way the fuck past where I can even see with my own eyes,
You need.
and then warp into that fucking space?
You don't even.
I mean,
Okay.
that, you know what, that does make sense though, because I'm warping to places that are fucking 20, 50 AU away. So, but I mean, the way this game's been most of the time, you have to fucking already have a destination in mind. It has to be on like an already pre-established route and all this other bullshit.
Here, I linked it in the private chat. It's a website that it's very helpful. Basically, it tells you a bunch of sites. Okay, Eve University is a really good website for a bunch of things. If you look up Eve online, blah blah blah, like Serpentis Refuge, it'll tell you what ships show up there. It's between a range of this many and this many ships. It'll tell you what damage you have to do. It'll tell you what type of damage you have to resist against. Do you know anything about resistances for ships?
Well, I mean, every ship has 4 types. Every gun has 4 types. So I mean, you know, it's pretty common sense.
Yes, but you can resist, increase your resistance against certain damage types.
With rigs.
With rigs, with modules, with different things. Like, there's things called energized, adaptive, and vulnerable, enams. Energized, I just call them enams. Shoot, they, here, I just call them by the short name. 1 second. They're called. There's a lot of things, but one of the things, energized adaptive nano membrane.
Docking permission requested.
Stuff like this. You can increase the effectability of it with using
Docking
skills,
request
but
accepted.
stuff like this is good for armor. There's other stuff for shields, and plus there's different types for armor with different fitting requirements. First, you need a blueprint. You need to buy it off the market. You can also research it. You can get it off of contracts. Do you know anything about contracts? Okay. Basically, you can buy it on the market. Oh, that reminds me. This next link I just put a random. I was looking up a random thing. Basically, if you, that Eve Marketeer whatever website, it'll tell you where the cheapest thing in Eve universe is for the item that you're looking for. Sometimes it does. It may be cheaper, but sometimes if it's in like null sec or low sec, or it's like, you can, but you can only see up to the region you're in. It's like sometimes people. If you go to market, the market, and go to my orders up on top, it'll show you your order. You can cancel if you want, but or whatever you want to do with it. Did you put it for a certain specific amount of time? Okay, there's a thing called a broker's fee and a sales tax. There's actually skills to reduce it. If you go to your character sheet, and you go to trade, the top two skills, accounting and broker relations, reduces the tax amount that you have to pay. Basically, brokers relations reduces broker fees, and accounting reduces sales tax. There's also no, I do not. I don't really use art. Those are autocannons. I don't use projectile weapons too much. I use hybrids, missiles, and drones mainly. What? What weapons do you want to use? You said projectile or yeah. Yeah, you can use unbonus stuff on your ship, but it's usually best to use bonus stuff. Not always, but most of the time. Like an easy thing to do. You see how you remember how I was using a Vexor? It's a cruiser, whatever. Jolente used a lot of drones. This, if you have good drone skills, this is a good ship to use. You can use 5 drones if you have drones 5, which is a really useful skill. And basically, you could do a lot of DPS with drones and just fly around. It depends on what ship you're using. Like, if you look at the drone hit points and tracking speed, it has a bonus for that. So it's really good for drones, and it also has a bonus to hybrid guns. Sometimes hybrid guns are good, but depends on how you fit it. Sometimes you don't even use guns on some ships. Depends on what you're using them for. Oh, that guy? What's his name? Like no bear hair chest or something? Yeah, he's either gonna be that guy's gonna be either AFK, he's gonna kill you. Even we don't know if he's gonna kill you, so he will. Um. Um. One thing that's pretty good. It's like it's for you. Your thing is your skills right now. It's like you're 1 day old, so you don't have too many skills. The one thing that's hardest for maybe new players is maybe just having this first week or two of skills. After the first 2 weeks, you should be fine. Actually, maybe even less than that. Just, just yeah. Um, I want to say one thing that's really good for entry level PVE, like clearing out rats and stuff. Drone boats, ships that use like drones for killing stuff, because you can just set your drones on them and leave. You still have to watch the drones to make sure that the rats don't kill them. But yes and no. Not true. They do have a lot of damage. And sometimes yes, some ships have a lot of damage. Um, for higher levels that don't use drone. Well, all high class ships use drones, but like the majority of the damage is not drones. But for some ships that are like a rattlesnake, there's a ship called a rattlesnake, and it's a battleship. It's a faction battleship. It's a little more expensive, but that thing could do like two heavy drones could do like the damage of like I forgot what is it. Actually I should check. You can do the damage of like almost 5.5, 6 drones. With only using 2. You can only use 2 at a time though. Plus it has missiles and I'm in Salem, but not there. Wait, where are you? Okay. Yeah, it's just a heads up. Salen, you're probably gonna die a lot. Um, this is more the dead time, so a lot of people are asleep. But if you come out when I try to be friendly with the newer players, but I will come and kill people. This is sort of our home, so um.
Warp drive
Uh,
active.
It's like some okay, it depends on what ore. If you're mining ore for profit or for building stuff to make stuff to for profit. There's actually a difference between the unless you're gonna use that ore. Okay, there's these moon ores which you can make billions off. I made some days a long time ago. Our moon bases got taken over. Basically, a long time ago. I could mine over a billion ISK in a day, and just mining. That was because the ore was worth a lot. Sort of. No, it's the moons. The moons, basically, you know how you okay? There's these things called
Active.
Athenors or Tutaras. You put it. It's you're not there yet. Basically, corporations can own structures. These structures, such as like Athenor or Tutara, you could put it on a moon, and you could use a service module on it called a moon drill. That drill basically fractures the moon, tractors a chunk of the moon out, and fractures it into a bunch of pieces, and makes a asteroid belt that lasts for a few days. You can mine that asteroid belt to get ore. It does cost fuel to upkeep it, so it costs like 100 million a month or something. Oh, that's completely different. You do have you're talking about planetary interactions, PI. Uh, um. Okay. That I believe you're talking about is planetary interactions. If you go to your skill sheet, there's a thing called planet management. You don't really have an alpha clone doesn't really have the skills. Can't use those skills. For Yeah, for actual mining, that's under resource processing. You could, yeah, they stay empty. They despawn in like an hour or two. I forgot exactly. And basically, they just disappear from space unless someone salvage them.
Drive.
You could salvage them. You would have to put it in a high slot in your ship and use it. For only like one or two wrecks, it's not really too useful. Because you can make a lot more ISK doing other stuff. But if you have like 20, 30, 100 wrecks to salvage, you could salvage them really quick. And it's profitable if you have a lot of wrecks. Oh no, they okay. Once you loot a wreck, the stuff in it is gone. But once you salvage a wreck, the wreck's gone. So, and you'll get some components that you can either sell in the market or make rigs with that stuff or other items. Not really. No. It's not really. Okay. How are you describing faction? Are you saying like Gelente? You mean corporations? Sort of. Depends. Not Blueprint originals usually. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Um, yes. It depends. It depends on. For new player, mining is actually pretty good because the higher PVE sites, you can't really do it with brand new skills. You could probably do it in like a week or two, some of them, but like if you're less than a week old, there some of the sites you can do in like 1 day old. Some of the sites, yeah, you don't really have experience actually doing the sites, so they may be a little difficult for you. And plus, you would need a larger ship. Which, yeah. If you look at variations, you can see the different things. That's better. Well, there's always better stuff. I believe this one's the best, but I don't get it. You, I advise you don't get it. It costs like 300 million or something, and it's not worth it. Um, the la- the last one I linked. Um, okay, last one I linked. Don't get it because that thing costs like 300 million. It's um you see the mining amount. You see how it's 65 M3. You know how you have like your car gold. Um, that's per cycle, and a cycle is see the activation time duration, 60 seconds. Uh, yeah, the one you're doing is doing 50 M3. Um, doesn't really matter for you. What? Uh, I haven't I, I haven't paid attention to those. T2 is probably the best one you would do. Uh, I'm not sure if an alpha could use a T2 miner. So. No, you can't. Unfortunately, you need a blueprint or to make it, or you can buy off the market. But I don't know if you could have the skills. Make sure you see the requirements tab. You need the skills first. So, yes. Basically, for that stuff, okay. You'll know when it's Omega only. I have like a yellow block or whatever on it or something. You won't be able to use it. Miner 2 is probably the best you can do for mining. Basically, basic. Oh, the last one? Don't. Let me just say, do not get the other one. The other one is, someone kills you, it's a lot more money than your ship. It's not even worth it. For the five extra M3 per cycle, it's not worth it. It's worth like 300 million a piece. 300 million esque just for one module. Do you want? Yeah, it's. Uh, yeah, missiles don't care if you're orbiting. They just care about your speed. Basically, one thing. You're alpha right now, but you're not omega. Basically, if you become an omega, if you go, do you know ship tree? Sort of. You have to buy. Okay, first you have to buy Plex off the market, and then use that Plex to upgrade to Omega. So yes, you can. Oh no, a lot more. Let me see the current price. Yeah, I'm checking the current price. Cheapest one you can buy is for about 3.26 mil per Plex, and you need 500 Plex. Do you remember how? That's if you have another character, but it costs a lot. Um, Plex, you can buy it off the market. You know how like you're buying all these modules and stuff, and you can buy this stuff off of whoever. You remember how I linked that website, Eve Marketeer or whatever? If you go to that website and you type in Plex, Plex, you can see the cheapest price because these things. Um, what's your market settings? You see like a cog. Is rat shooting at you again? Oh, see, yeah. Clone Soldier is really hard for a new player. Give me a second, I'll kill it. Oh, it's just a soldier. It's for like the
Warp drive
if you get a
active.
T1 drone, they're worth like maybe 5,000 piece or something. So they're worth basically nothing. You kill one rat, you've made back your ISK. That's me. Actually, you kill off one ship, basically made back your money for the drones. So if you could kill one rat, even just a frigate, one frigate, you made back your ISK for the drones. Yeah. Yeah. T1's really easy for a new player. They're really cheap. So like T1 drones are really you know how Hobgoblin, one second. Hobgoblin 1, if you go to Do Dixie, you remember Do Dixie I linked up above? It's 2,289 ISK per Hobgoblin. So less than if you buy two of them, it's less than 5,000. Each the rats I killed, one rat was 11,000, another was like 16,000. Yeah, you could go there. You remember how I linked you Eve Marketeer? It shows you all regions. Renee only shows you it only shows you in this region of space. But if you go 4 jumps away and do Dixie, it's 4 jumps away to get it cheaper. Um, it's not always cheaper, but most of the time, do Dixie or Jita or one of the trade hubs is usually cheaper. Like always, almost always, not always, but they're for like more expensive stuff. It could be the difference in between, like a couple hundred million when you're getting really expensive stuff. For killing rats, um, I link you a fitting. It's 10 million. Well, you can downgrade stuff. You don't need everything. Oh, this is all. This is also sort of like a PvP ship, sort of also. So you can. There's a buy all. If you go to like Dudixie or Jita, you can buy all, but watch it because okay, if you ever go to the trade hubs, watch out for scams because there's usually a lot of like scams. Like people just spam market with scams. So if it looks too good to be true, it usually is. Like they'll basically put an item. They'll say 1 million ISK for this item, but they'll make a contract and they'll put 1 billion in or something, or they'll put like 10 million in or something. So you just have to watch it. If you look up EVE Online scams or whatever, there's gonna be some articles saying like the most common scams, or they'll say I'm selling 10 of these for the price of 5, and they put it for the price of 5, but they sell you 1 or something like that. So there's um um that also sometimes happens also. There's a lot of scams out there. They'll sell you something, but you can't go to the station. Player owned stations, they'll sell you something, you buy it, you go to the station, and you can't get inside the station. Stuff like that also. There's a lot of scams out there. You have to watch it. Or someone will try to do a trade window. If you're docked in a station and you right click and trade or whatever, they'll try to trade you something. They'll try to trade you like something for like a really decent price. But then at the last second, they're gonna change it from like you. They'll give you you try selling them something for like 100 million ISK or something, but then they'll change the price at the last second to like 100,000 instead of 100 million at the last second. Usually, but they'll try to do it last second by basically they'll try to have it so where okay they put in the original price, but then they'll change it last second so that you buy something more expensive. That's for trade windows. On the market, you can't really do that, but also watch for multi-buy, the buy all thing, because how do you say you'll buy all, but someone will like buy out a trade hub. They'll buy out every single module in the trade hub and relist it for like 100 million or something, and you just do buy all and you just click it, accept or whatever, and then you look, oh shoot, I just bought $10 million ship and fitting for 200 million. You have to watch it. Or they'll put something. They'll put up a buy order for an item really high, but there's usually not too many of these items in the game. So basically, they'll put up an item for really cheap, and put up like a buy order for the same item for really expensive. Second, you click buy, they'll cancel their other order, so that basically they'll just have you buy their item for really expensive, overpriced from what the actual thing is. But you think you could just buy and then resell it, and they'll just cancel their buy order, and you're stuck with an item that you paid a lot more than. If the buy order is more than the buy order is more than the sell order, it's usually a scam. Um, Jita. Jita is the most notorious for scams. But it's also the place where it's usually cheapest, and there's usually a minimum 1,000 players there at one time. At least, no matter what hour of the day, it's usually like 1,000 players there always. What? Which one? Eve Marketeer? Oh. Yes. See on the left side it says region. That sort of tells you if it's close by, if you know the areas. If you can look in the game, you're in the Essence area. Okay, it also depends on how far you want to travel. Okay, if you see, no. Okay, if you see up on the top left corner, there's Search New Eden. You copy and paste that location. Just highlight it, Control C, copy, paste it up there, and in game, just copy it out. See how for Jaspit, you're looking at the first one. What does this first one say? Which type of Jasper are you looking at? Pure Jaspit or regular Jaspit? You're looking for... Oh, that's a buy order. That's a buy order. That's what people are buying for. Oh, that's Essence is the region you're in, but it's low security space, so he'll probably shoot you and kill you. Okay, if you go to the second one, see how it's like every shore or wherever. You see, okay, see the second one. You just copy it. Um, you see how the second one for Jaspit location for the buy order. Sorry, my mic cut out. My headphones cut out. You saw how the second order there. You could look at the station. You see the station there, Jazz or wherever Moon 4. Just highlight it and copy it. Oh, you're looking at Jaspit, correct? Are you looking at see the second one that's in 0.6 high security space? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. What type of gas? Uh, what are you looking at? What type of Jaspit? And you said 4,000? Wait, are you said Jaspit for 4,000? That's sell orders. That's what people are trying to. That's what people are trying to sell it. If you look at the second, I'm not sure. If you look at the second or whatever, the first one, second one, whatever. You highlight it, Control C, copy it, go in game. You see on the top left in game, it says search new item. It's like a thing you can type in. Control V, paste it in there, and just press enter. It'll whatever. There's gonna be up top. It says above the system name. It's gonna say up top there. There's search new Eden. Just paste it in there, and Control V, paste it in there, and press enter. It'll give you a search result. The system, the station, or whatever. You could set. Do you do a highlighting? Press Control C. You have to do keyboard command. No, just the station name. So after the 0.4, you see how it says like Hane 3 or whatever, or Chairs 4 or whatever. You just highlight that. You don't highlight the 0.4 or whatever. You highlight the stuff after it, location column. Yeah. You do have to. You would probably have to get more game to actually know where these places are without even looking at it. Like, I want to say the closest. Well, Essence, the Hane one's closest is close because we're in the Essence region right now. Yeah. Oh well. Well, yeah. You can. You could. You see how it's a drop down? Not like a drop down. You could sort it by either price, location, quantity, or region. You. But basically, you. Eve Marketeer for what? That's a player-owned station, so sometimes they don't always get in there. It's not on the Eve Marketeer. You can just right-click on. You're looking at the regional market, correct? Oh, the fan one. Oh, you're looking at that one? And Fran's the name of the system. It's it should. Hmm. That's weird. Wait a minute. Okay. You know how I told you about Eve University? There's a great thing about that. Um, it's good, but it's really no okay. No sec, someone will just kill you. And plus, there's not really stations you could dock at, depends on where you are. A lot of the Eve University is pretty good for just information about Eve. Um, basically, it tells you here's a bunch of charts and other stuff that tells you about it. Basically, it tells you where all the ore is found, what's or different ore types are found in different secure space, and different like how this is Gelante space. You'll find plagio gaze, and anything point 0.9 or below. It all depends on what secure space you are, and you're looking. If you're looking for Arcanor, you're gonna find it in negative 0.7. So you have to be in negative 0.7 space. Um, okay, just regular Jaspit. Um, closest one. Hmm. I'm thinking Alamote. Let me check Alamote. Oh. That's 300. That place. I linked the place. For buy prices. If you have more experience with the market, you can actually try to sell stuff. Um, because station trading, regional trading, sometimes really good. It's like, um, I want to say anything less than say 15 jumps. Anything less than jumps is
Active.
relatively. Depends if you're like a battleship or something, which takes a long time to warp. Takes for Um, they're slower. There's a lot slower, and then there's also a lot faster.
Active.
One of the fastest ships in the game is an interceptor. One of the slowest is the capital ships.
Warp drive active.
Um, These are some of the fastest ships in the game. Well, warp speed wise. There's also the different race ones. These are just the Gillente ones. Oh, that's the Griffin. You mean this one? Oh, you mean the Raven, sorry. The second one, Raven. I believe it's the Raven you're talking about.
Warp drive.
The other one. Gillente always fights Caldari. The Raven and the Griffin are Caldari ships. Basically, Gillente and Caldari always fight. Amar and Mimitar always fight. Gillente are allies of Mimitar, so Gillente is sort of enemies of Amar, and because Mimitar's allies of Gillente, Caldari is sort of enemies of Mimitar.